Have you ever wondered what a simple 5-second look in the mirror could tell you about the true state of your body, beyond your chronological age, beyond what the calendar says, beyond what anyone else can see? Most people are shocked to learn that your tongue, that small, moist muscle inside your mouth, could actually be the most powerful diagnostic tool you've never used. And if you're over 60, ignoring its silent signals might be the one thing keeping you from catching a life-altering health issue early or reclaiming vibrant energy you haven't felt in decades. While we often focus on blood tests, fancy monitors, or endless prescriptions to tell us what's going on internally, traditional Eastern medicine and now a growing body of Western medical research have pointed to the tongue as an accurate, real-time reflection of what's happening in your organs, your blood vessels, your metabolism, and even your immune system. And the best part is, it only takes 5 seconds to start reading it. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, feel a bit more tired than usual, walk to the bathroom mirror, stick out your tongue, and notice it looks unusually pale, maybe with a white coating or small cracks, or even a purplish hue you've never noticed before. Most people ignore these changes, chalk them up to aging or diet. But what if that pale tongue is screaming about iron deficiency or low oxygen flow? What if those cracks indicate your digestive system is inflamed or under stress? What if that purplish tint is a warning sign that your heart isn't circulating blood properly? Wouldn't you want to know before it turns into something serious? What makes this 5-second tongue test so incredible is its simplicity, its accessibility, and its ability to alert you to imbalances long before they show up in blood work or become symptoms that land you in the ER. For instance, a thick white coating on the tongue is often a red flag for excess mucus or yeast overgrowth, especially candida, which is linked to brain fog, fatigue, and sugar cravings that many seniors chalk up to just getting older, when in fact it's treatable with small diet shifts and better hydration. A red, shiny tongue with no coating may look healthy at first glance, but it's often a signal of vitamin B deficiency, particularly B12, which is crucial for nerve health and mental clarity. And if you've been feeling a bit forgetful or emotionally drained lately, your tongue might be begging you to listen before those feelings spiral into something more chronic. And then there are the teeth marks along the edges of the tongue, what Chinese medicine practitioners call scalloped tongue, which may indicate poor nutrient absorption or chronic stress, both of which can make your body age internally even if you still look fine on the outside. Now here's where it gets even more fascinating. Studies have shown that people who score younger in biological age tests often have tongues that look consistently moist, evenly colored, and free from coatings or cracks, because these traits suggest balanced hydration, efficient digestion, strong circulation, an immune system that isn't overworked. 4 key pillars of graceful aging that most people don't realize can be evaluated in just 5 seconds every morning. The elderly population often dismisses these signs, either out of habit or because the healthcare system doesn't teach us to read our own bodies. But once you understand what your tongue is trying to tell you, it becomes a daily habit that could prevent heart disease, detect diabetes early, support liver function, and even improve mental alertness just by checking that small pink muscle. In fact, some longevity doctors now include tongue observation as part of their full-body diagnostic routines, citing cases where subtle changes in color or texture were the first indicators of underlying issues like kidney strain, dehydration, or metabolic slowdowns that, if addressed early, could be reversed without major intervention. If you're someone who finds yourself waking up tired even after a full night's sleep, or you've been feeling sluggish and just can't pinpoint why, or maybe you've had recurring digestive issues that doctors haven't fully resolved, then this 5-second daily check could hold more answers than you'd imagine. And the beauty is that you don't need any equipment, any app, or any medical degree to do it. Just awareness, a mirror, and a willingness to listen to your body's most visible internal organ. In the upcoming sections, we'll dive deeper into the specific colors, coatings, and patterns to watch for, and how each one maps to a different biological system that might be aging faster than the rest, plus how small daily changes, like when you drink water, what supplements you take, and how you sleep, can dramatically reverse these warning signs and reset your biological age starting tonight. But first, all you need to do is grab a mirror, stick out your tongue, and take 5 honest seconds to really look at what it's trying to say, because your body may be trying to whisper a message you've been too busy or too tired to hear until now. So now that you've taken that first crucial step of observing your tongue, you might be wondering what exactly you should be looking for and how those subtle variations tie back to your biological age, not your birth certificate age, but the actual wear and tear your body has endured over time, which is far more telling when it comes to your future health, mobility, and mental clarity. You see, biological age is not just a trendy wellness buzzword. It's a metric that scientists and longevity experts use to assess how fast or slow your body is actually aging. And while high-tech lab tests and gene analysis can offer deep insights, many of the same conclusions can be drawn from simple, visible clues, especially those hidden in plain sight on your tongue. Let's start with color. If your tongue is bright red or fiery looking, that may indicate internal inflammation, which often correlates with accelerated aging due to oxidative stress, poor gut health, or undiagnosed infections. This is a common warning sign in seniors who have ongoing joint pain, high blood pressure, or autoimmune conditions. On the other hand, if your tongue is pale or has a grayish cast, that's often a signal of poor circulation or anemia, especially in older adults who may not be absorbing iron, B12, or folate efficiently, which means their cells are literally starving for oxygen and nutrients, speeding up tissue degradation, brain fog, and chronic fatigue. All classic signs of advanced biological age, even if you're technically in your early 70s. The coating of the tongue is also critically important. Too much white coating may be a sign of yeast overgrowth, sluggish digestion, or a congested liver, which is often overlooked but directly tied to your body's ability to detoxify and renew itself at a cellular level. The liver is your body's biological reset button, and when it's bogged down by years of processed food, medications, or alcohol, it can age dramatically faster, which shows up as thick, patchy coatings on the tongue, especially in the center and back. Then we have those strange cracks. Some look like small fissures, others resemble deep central lines. And these are not just cosmetic irregularities. They're your body's cry for hydration, hormonal balance, and electrolyte stability. If you've been experiencing dry mouth at night, leg cramps, or dizziness upon standing, these cracks are not just age spots on your tongue. They're markers of early-stage dehydration or even adrenal fatigue, both of which are incredibly common in people over 60 who don't drink water properly or have a compromised thirst mechanism. And let's not forget about the shape and edges of your tongue. Scalloped edges, where the tongue seems to press against your teeth, may suggest chronic stress, low stomach acid, or underactive thyroid, all of which affect metabolism, weight, sleep, and mood, making you feel decades older than you really are. The good news is that none of this is permanent. In fact, studies show that with just a few consistent lifestyle changes, such as improving your hydration rhythm, adding magnesium and B-complex vitamins, reducing sugar and refined carbs, and introducing gentle detox habits like warm lemon water in the morning, you can begin reversing the tongue signs of accelerated biological aging in as little as 2 to 4 weeks. You might start waking up with more energy, sharper focus, fewer aches, and even a calmer mood, all because your body is finally getting the support it needs to slow down the internal clock. Just imagine looking in the mirror 1 month from now and seeing a tongue that looks pinker, smoother, less coated, and more vibrant. A direct reflection of the rejuvenation happening inside your blood vessels, gut lining, liver cells, and brain tissues. This is not magic. It's your body's natural design when it's properly supported. In the next segment, we're going to decode the specific zones of your tongue and how they correspond to different organs like your heart, lungs, kidneys, and brain, so you'll be able to perform a 5-second scan that acts like a full body checkup every single morning. Think of it as a no-cost, no-pain health audit you can do before breakfast that give you a real-time readout of how your systems are aging and what areas need attention. Not in 5 years, but right now, while it's still reversible. And we'll also explore the daily rituals used by long-living seniors in Japan and parts of Italy and Greece, many of whom have remarkably youthful tongues well into their 80s and 90s. Not because they take expensive supplements or follow strict diets, but because they practice ancient hydration habits, mindful breathing, balanced sleep cycles, and low-stress routines that keep their biological age decades behind their peers. You don't need to move to a blue zone or spend thousands on anti-aging therapies. All you need is awareness, consistency, and 5 seconds every morning to tap into your body's internal dashboard, starting with the one organ that reflects it all, your tongue. Now that you understand the telltale signs your tongue can reveal about inflammation, nutrient absorption, circulation, and detoxification, let's dive even deeper into the fascinating connection between specific regions of your tongue and the organs they represent, a concept rooted in both ancient Eastern medicine and increasingly recognized by modern integrative health practitioners as a powerful diagnostic tool. Think of your tongue as a miniature map of your body, where the tip of the tongue reflects the state of your heart and lungs. The center corresponds to the stomach and spleen. The sides indicate liver and gallbladder function, and the back region mirrors the kidneys, bladder, and intestines. If the tip of your tongue is red, swollen, or has tiny sores, there may be an early signal of cardiovascular strain or respiratory congestion, often exacerbated by chronic stress or poor quality sleep. Many seniors with sleep apnea, irregular heart rhythms, or hidden lung inflammation exhibit these subtle signs long before any symptoms become severe enough to prompt a doctor's visit. In the center of the tongue, a yellowish coating or deep central crack can be linked to sluggish digestion, bacterial imbalance, or overburdened spleen function, which can translate to bloating, fatigue after eating, or unexplained weight gain. Again, silent signs of biological aging that most people write off as just getting older, when in fact they are reversible. On the sides of the tongue, you may see redness, swelling, or teeth marks in seniors with liver congestion, poor bile flow, or gallbladder inefficiency, conditions that contribute to hormone imbalance, brain fog, skin issues, and increased risk of cognitive decline. And if the back of your tongue is dark, coated, or bumpy, your kidneys may be working overtime trying to flush excess toxins, regulate blood pressure, and balance your body's pH. All functions that decline with age, but can be rejuvenated through proper hydration, mineral intake, and reducing processed salt and hidden sugars in your diet. This tongue map is more than a novelty. It's a real-time feedback system for how your internal organs are aging, and seniors who learn to read this map often catch problems months or even years before they would show up in lab results. Imagine waking up and checking your tongue like a dashboard light. It might be the earliest indicator that your liver needs a break from medications, or your heart needs more magnesium, or your kidneys are begging for potassium-rich foods like sweet potatoes or avocados. And what's incredible is that the tongue doesn't just show what's going wrong. It also reflects when things are going right. Seniors who adopt morning hydration routines with trace minerals, practice diaphragmatic breathing to improve oxygen flow, eat clean anti-inflammatory foods like berries, leafy greens, turmeric, and omega-3s, and reduce nighttime screen exposure to rebalance melatonin. These individuals often see their tongues shift from pale and coated to pink, clean, and smooth within weeks. Their sleep improves. They feel more energized upon waking, their memory sharpens, and aches begin to disappear. Not because of a magic pill, but because they are reversing their biological age one daily habit at a time. If you've ever felt like your health was slowly slipping, like every year adds 5 years of wear on your body, this tongue-based system is your wake-up call that it doesn't have to be that way. You can turn things around by paying attention to these micro signals that show up before the pain, the disease, or the diagnosis. In the next section, we'll share a powerful 60-second morning routine that incorporates the tongue test, hydration boost, breathing pattern, and brain activation tip used by some of the longest living seniors in the world, including a 94-year-old Okinawan woman whose morning ritual has been studied for its extraordinary impact on longevity, mental clarity, and pain prevention. So stay with us, because if you commit to just 1 minute each morning, this routine could literally reverse your body's age trajectory and give you back years of life you thought were already lost. If you're ready to take control of your aging process and turn back the biological clock using nothing more than your tongue and a few science-backed daily habits, then here's the powerful 60-second morning ritual that thousands of seniors now swear by, including long-living centenarians in Japan, Italy, and Costa Rica, where rates of chronic illness are drastically lower than in the Western world. The first thing you must do immediately upon waking, before coffee, before checking your phone, is perform your 5-second tongue test. Stick out your tongue in front of a mirror and observe its color, texture, coating, and shape. Is it pale or vibrant? Coated or clean? Scalloped on the sides or smooth? These are not trivial observations. They're your body's early alarm system. And this quick self-check lets you catch inflammation, toxicity, and nutrient deficiencies before they silently do damage for years. Next, take a full glass of room-temperature water mixed with a pinch of sea salt and a few drops of fresh lemon or apple cider vinegar. This small act triggers the body's natural detoxification systems, hydrates your brain and kidneys, reactivates your metabolism, and stabilizes your cortisol levels, which are often disrupted by poor sleep or blood sugar swings during the night. As you sip slowly, begin diaphragmatic breathing. In through the nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4, out through the mouth for 6. This not only oxygenates your brain and organs, but also signals the parasympathetic nervous system to switch out of stress mode, which is one of the most underestimated causes of rapid aging in seniors. Many doctors now believe that cortisol, the body's stress hormone, is one of the top culprits behind accelerated aging, belly fat, memory issues, and even high blood pressure. By rebalancing your nervous system first thing in the morning, you're literally changing your hormonal rhythm for the entire day. After this, do 1 minute of tongue activation. This might sound strange, but science supports it. Press your tongue firmly to the roof of your mouth and hold for 10 seconds, then release and repeat. This stimulates cranial nerves, activates lymph flow, and strengthens muscles tied to swallowing, speaking, and airway health. Especially important for seniors prone to sleep apnea, choking hazards, or speech decline. Finally, complete your ritual with a 30-second brain activation technique. Close your eyes and tap your fingers in rhythm on your thighs while reciting a simple affirmation like "Every cell in my body is healing and growing younger." This isn't just feel-good fluff. Neuroscientists have discovered that combining rhythmic motor activity with positive affirmation rewires neural pathways, improves mental clarity, boosts emotional resilience, and delays cognitive decline. Seniors who practice this routine consistently have reported increased energy, more vivid dreams, better sleep quality, and even improved bowel regularity, all markers of rejuvenated biological systems. And here's the most remarkable part. These improvements often show up not just in how you feel, but in how your tongue looks. Over weeks, many notice their tongue becomes more pink, moist, and evenly textured, with reduced coating and fewer ridges. Physical signs that their inner terrain is healing. In fact, some natural health practitioners use tongue photographs as a visual health diary to track progress, much like traditional blood tests. It's fast, free, and shockingly accurate. So if you're waking up feeling foggy, older than your years, or increasingly dependent on pills to get through the day, it's time to reclaim your vitality with this simple yet profound daily practice. Don't wait for a scary diagnosis to jolt you into action. Your body is already whispering the truth every morning through your tongue. The question is, are you paying attention? Seniors who live the longest don't just react to illness. They detect and reverse it before it takes hold. And the tongue test is one of the most accessible tools to do just that. Combine it with a smart hydration habit, calming breath work, tongue muscle activation, and neural tapping, and you're not just adding days to your life. You're adding quality, purpose, and energy to every single one of those days. This is your call to start tomorrow with a new lens on longevity, using only your mirror, your breath, your intention, and your tongue. Because true biological youth doesn't start in a pill bottle. It starts in your morning routine.